Welcome back to Radio Ctrl-Alt-Delete. This is Simon, and I just got a new Arrma Felony. I've had this on order for about a month. It's been back ordered, and I'm really excited to finally receive it. I've seen lots of reviews of this going over the advertised 80 miles per hour, so I think if I can get anywhere near that, I'll be pretty happy. I've never driven anything this large or this fast, so I'm really excited to see what it can do. I have some batteries on order, but they're not in yet. But I do have a pair of these 1300 milliamp hour drone batteries. So I should be able to throw those in and get it running. All right, just open the box, and inside we got the Spectrum DX3. Basic controller. Plastic feels a little cheap, but should get the job done. We have the instruction manual and some goodies. So we got the manual, warranty sheet, some stickers, some information about the speed gearing and some battery measurements. Got some shims for the diff, the mystery black tube. I have no idea what this is for. Got the optional hood supercharger. Looks like some spare parts for the body mounts. Not quite sure what else. Have to look at the manual for that. We got the high speed gear, the optional speed gear. If you look at the thing, it looks like it takes it up to 80 with the speed gearing, and up to 60 or so with the normal standard gearing. Bag of tools. And the turbo hood decorations. All right, fresh out of the box, this thing is gigantic and looks amazing. I noticed just a couple issues already. There's these body clips, and I like how they're on these straps, but I noticed the ones on the back were so tight that they already started peeling off the stickers, and this one was actually put in the opposite way. The person decided to put it in the long way and to really turn it around, really stretched out, and that really messed up the sticker. But I'm actually more annoyed about this wheel well. The body panel, this underside body panel was misaligned coming straight from the factory. If you look at it, you can see the wheel back here is making contact, it's rubbing against this body panel. The other side is fine. The other side spins fine and nice clearance there, but that other side, I think I'm gonna have to peel it off and restick it. Looks like it's double-sided tape, so I think it can be done without damaging it. But yeah, look how far off that is. It's a good 4 millimeters maybe off of where it should be. Look at the other side. This side's flush right here. Yeah. So I'm a little disappointed in the build quality there. Looking at the body, this thing is, it's solid. It was sitting outside for a little while and it was like freezing cold to touch because there's just a lot of metal on this, and it was just picking up all the coldness. So yep, the IC or EC5 connector, so I'm gonna have to put some adapters to run this thing. It doesn't appear to have, no, it doesn't have the handbrake kit. I was kind of hoping it would, but it does have the nice fat tires in the back, unlike the Limitless. I think the Limitless is coming with the handbrake kit, but not Limitless, the Infraction. But this doesn't have it, so I'm going to order that for sure. And that's slipper clutch. I think that's a slipper clutch. It sounds nice and frictiony. So yeah, let me find some batteries for the remote and we'll see what this thing can do. All right, I took a quick look at the manual trying to figure out what this tube is for, and honestly, I still have no idea. I did, however, look through the parts bag, and yes, we did have some parts for mounting the body, extra parts for mounting the body. We also have this intercooler looking thing that could go optionally onto the front of the car. And these pieces are optional for the rear diffuser. So if you look at the car, there's a piece right there in the middle. It can go, those optional pieces can go right there in the diffuser. All right, this is not just an unboxing video, but also a reboxing video. I've been on a recent organization spree, so there's all my random RC parts in storage bins. But I picked this up, this Plano box from Home Depot, and I just saw it and I thought that maybe when that Felony comes in, it'll fit, and I love it when things work out exactly as planned. If you look in there, the wheels are touching both sides. It's like completely snug. There's no play left or right. The front bumper is touching where the wheel for the box is, and the back is pretty much touching. Like, I can move this, just move it forward and back. There's almost no play. That thing fits almost like it was made for it. And then there's still some room up top, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to actually put stuff underneath and put the car up a little bit. So two things, so I'm not resting on the tires, and also because I can store more stuff in this box still. So let me put the phone down and I'll show you how that looks. Okay, so I took the Felony out. This is what the box looks like empty, and I'll be sure to include a link for the box down below if anyone else wants to get this. So the way I plan on using this is I plan on storing my son and our Mini E Revos in here, along with their remote controllers, transmitters. Got these little boxes that has extra parts, along with some extra parts from my other RC, and new receiver will go right there, and then the car can rest on top of those boxes and get off of the tires. Sorry about the shaky cam, there's no one here to film for me, but that rests there, and I still got some room for random stuff like batteries and whatnot, and it closes perfectly. So that's how I plan on transporting this, and I'm really happy how this turned out. Okay, I got the batteries for the remote. So just looking at the manual, I did confirm that the infraction comes with the handbrake kit, but the Felony does not. So normally if you have the infraction or the handbrake kit, that would be here for the handbrake. We've got steering, we got throttle. I believe forward is probably brake, and then probably forward again would be reverse. I'll test that once I get it going. There's a bind button, the power button. There's a power indicator for the remote. That glows green when it's good and flashes green when it's not. Here's the smart battery indicator for if you have their Spectrum smart batteries. Got steering reverse and throttle reverse. Then we have the AVC rate here. So that's the amount of active vehicle control, kind of like traction control if you want more aid or less aid. There's the brake rate. You can set this to 100%, but the car will still not be set at 100%. I looked at the manual, it defaults to 75% on the ESC, so I'll see how that goes. I might change that. And there's trim for the steering and trim for the throttle. I put the car up on a stand because I want to put the batteries in and run it on the stand before I run it outside, but look how wobbly this is, like the thing you sit on at the playground with the spring. So yeah, that's not going to work. I got out something more heavy duty. That should hold it. That's pretty good. And just for size comparison, I took out my 1/10 scale nitro car. It's a FW06, I believe. Haven't run this in years. And I actually should have had it up on the stand because the tire looks like it has a flat spot in it now. I do want to run this soon. I don't know if my nitro is still good. I doubt it, but maybe I'll buy a new bottle and see. And here's the Kyosho Mini Z 1/28 scale. So 1/7, 1/10, 1/28. Got my batteries charged up. I got them tied together. I have them going through these XT60s to an EC5 to the IC5. There's a lot of extra room there, so I found a spacer to fit in. Tighten up that little movable tray there. And then I should be able to secure this up with these Velcro straps. Looking at the power system, there's a cat pack here. I wasn't expecting that. It's nice to have. I never had one, but that should theoretically smooth out the power delivery. Dealing with these EC5 connectors, when I was making these adapters, I found that they're a pain in the butt. Kevin Talbot recently did a video where he was switching all his to these EC5 or IC5 connectors because these EC5 connectors are just a pain to work with. If you look at this one, this is for when I charge it into my charging board. I hammered this pin too far in. Like, there's really no way to easily control how hard you hammer those in. You can't just press fit them. They need to be smacked pretty good. So I think I'm gonna try to find a better solution to do this. Otherwise, I guess I'm at to pay. I think these things are like $5 a connector, but these are a lot cheaper, but they're a pain. I think it's ready to go. I should turn on my transmitter. That's on. Turn on the power here. That was loud and scary. Let's put this up on the stand and see if it works. All right, so let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this thing's loud. All right, make sure the steering works. Steering's good. Decently responsive. All right, I think we're ready to clean up that body problem, that alignment problem on the body, and then we'll run it outside.
Ding now.
Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so it's not moving on its own anymore. I don't know what that was. I put it down to the 50% throttle, so.
What am I supposed to be doing right now? I'm just showing the car.
Just show the car. Oh, yeah, I think it was the throttle trim that was causing it to move on its own. It's okay now. Okay. Did you run out of the way?
Here's a closer up look. Full throttle's coming up.
Oh, the steering trim's a little off. Actually, let me get that straight first.
Just a few moments before full throttle.
Okay, let's see.
Full throttle!
We should put the GPS on. Alright, that was a fun first run. I started off a little tentative. What happened was, when I first put the car down, it was perfectly still, so I thought everything was ready to go. I squeezed the trigger just a little bit and it moved forward, and then it kind of slowed down, but then it just kept on going. And the same thing with reverse, so I got a little nervous there. I figured out it was the trim, so after I set the trim correctly, everything was good. For an electric vehicle, it is crazy loud. I drive an electric car and it's dead quiet, so I didn't expect this to be that loud. My little mini Revos are, I mean, they make a little noise, but it's nothing like this. Especially the brakes, you can hear it in the video, like when the brakes grab, it stops really well. It makes a little high-pitched squeal. I don't think that's coming from the wheels. I think it's coming from the ESC and the motor, but yeah, it stopped really well. It's set to 75%. I don't find any reason to change that default setting. Perhaps it'll be different when I get the high-speed gear in there. I'm sure if you're stopping from 80 miles per hour, then maybe having 75% brakes is a problem, but it worked really well for me. My cul-de-sac is a little small for it. I didn't get up to full speed, I don't think. I hit full throttle, but I think if I had more road, I would have been able to go a little faster. Again, I need to get the GPS in there, get my bigger batteries, put the high-speed gearing, and then I'll do a proper test of it in a future video. The car itself right now is covered in a fine rubber dust. I think that this thing's just a tire shredder. It's going to go through tires like crazy if you're just drifting around corners. But it's really fun to do. There's a real sense of, I don't think it's quite danger, maybe, but there is a sense of occasion. It makes you a little bit nervous driving something 1/7 scale, and you know that if you hit something, it's going to do damage to whatever you hit. And itself, it's a fairly expensive model car, so I definitely don't want to do any damage to it. Overall, I think the build quality is good. I just had that complaint about the top of the body, the side being misaligned, but I got everything worked out. Yeah, and it seems to drive great. So if you like this review, unboxing, reboxing video, I don't know what to call it, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.